So this training that I've prepared for you, this is not new. I already had it. I just tweaked it a little bit. This is called How to Release Your Inner Warrior. These are what I will be sharing is 5 highly forgotten mind work steps to, leading to wealth creation. And I decided to share this with you because we're all here building a business with the Aspire system, but we all tend, because we're human beings, to focus on the money and not on the inner work. It's highly forgotten to do that by repetition. So what I want to ask you is to, hold on. Yeah, now, hold on. I'm here fighting with my, okay. Now, this does not do what I want. Hold on. What is this? Huh. I don't know why this is happening. Apologize, guys. So I made this training for people who are building their own business. I assume that you all have clear goals and dreams. And if not, you should, because you can achieve most when you thrive on your aspirations, especially when it comes to business and making money. Remember that worrying and fear is praying for things that you don't want. And you all came here, hopefully, with a dream. Something triggered you to build your business. And then what happens a lot is that you focus on the outcome that is not there yet. And that is basically worrying and basically ordering what you don't want. So I hope it goes well now. Why is this not? Okay. So with this training, I want you to remind you of the importance of your mindset and to give you practical tips and, most important, 5 exercises to do to help you prevent fear, overcome setbacks, and create wealth. So my name again is Muriel. You don't have to pronounce my last name, Dijkema. I'm the other half of business couple Dirk and Muriel, and I'm delighted to host this training with you. This is us. If you never met us, this is, by the way, our biggest reason why we started online. Some people have totally other aspirations, but we want to move to Costa Rica. This is Costa Rica, and to be full-time parenting with our kids, not working away from home, that is our biggest reason why to once start our online business. And I truly hope that you have your reason why. That probably totally looks differently than ours, but most important is that you know it, right? What is important? Okay. So you have, in business, you have to train your mind and provide it. You just have to work out your mind to be in the right shape, to carry your business. The more your business grows, the more money you will be making, the more your mindset has to grow with it. That is just totally fact, okay? Now, it also works reverse. This strategy is highly overlooked and forgotten. Most people think, I have to grow my business, and with that, alongside growing my mind, building a strong mindset, right? But you can also create wealth at first place, just starting with a vision and attracting successful. Of course, you have to work with systems and tools. If you how do you say that, visualize a pink elephant, it will not just drop out of the sky right in front of you. It doesn't work like that. But it is important that you know, of course, also the business side. But that's not what I'm going to go over today. Today, I'm totally going to focus on the mind. Now, wealth can be created. Hold on just one second. Someone is not muted, and I want to ask you to go to your mute button and all unmute yourself. Otherwise, I have to get back to the screen and unmute you. And I hear a lot of background noises. So do your best to hit the mute button. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop share for 1 sec. Oh, it's quiet now. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. So wealth can be created by having a clear vision in your mind about it. And that triggers focus on the things that will bring you. Hold on, I don't have my co-worker Dirk here. Yeah. Okay. Peter. Thanks. Okay. This is just fun when you're alive. This can happen. No worries. This is just real stuff. So when you have a clear vision in your mind about it, that triggers focus on the things that will bring you there. For example, you will be more open for meeting the right people and for the right business opportunity. Attraction is key here. This is what it's all about. Focusing on the wrong things will attract like what won't help you. That's why fear is totally, I'm going to teach you how to prevent that, right? Thoughts is connected with your beliefs. Beliefs create other emotions, and emotions have totally effect on all your actions. And that is this is the training, right? The best of all, to understand and to realize and to the deepest part of your heart and soul is that you are the creator. And the level of your success and how much money you're making, that is up to you. So it is 80% mindset and 20% skill set, what results you're going to have in your business. So again, I'm not going to talk about the skill set here. That is covered in the business system that you're all working with. That is another area. This is about your mindset, and that has to be totally aligned with where you want to go to. Oh, that was a little bit too fast. My inspiration in this training, and you're gonna hear me name his name more often, is Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I really recommend you to read his books. Dirk and I met him past May. We went to a 3 days workshop intensive in Amsterdam. It totally blew our mind. We were already reading his books. He is a brain scientific person. He is a brain, how do you say? Sometimes I struggle with my words. I just fall over my words. He's a brain scientist and also a quantum physics specialist. He wrote a couple of books. One of the books is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and You Are the Placebo. Some things that I will cover today doesn't make sense, it makes sense that it doesn't make sense because it's so deep material that I'm just gonna present these books to you and some other movies that you could watch to go over that in your own time and then think back about this training, and you're gonna understand it on a deeper level. My intention with this training here is just presenting you like with a bird perspective. This is like the introduction to the 5 steps, right? And you deserve to know where these 5 steps come from and why these 5 steps work, right? To help you create wealth in your life and making basically as much as money as you want. So Joe Dispenza I really highly recommend him to dig into his material. But also these 2 movies, like I am with everything totally late with traveling, late with being a mom, late with learning how to surf, also late with starting my business. I discovered this material 2.5 years ago. Quantum physics, the power of creation, the law of attraction. And these 2 movies totally gonna cover the quantum model of reality. That is not what most people learn in schools. I didn't know about this, and I'm going to cover some foundations with that, so you understand the 5 steps to wealth creation better at the end of this training. So also I want you to pay attention till the end because there's going to be those 5 steps, and it's going to it changed my life and Dirk's life. What the bleep do we know? That's part one. And what the bleep down the rabbit hole, you're going to see Joe Dispenza in there too. In the Netherlands, you can just watch these on YouTube. But I know in the US and Canada, it's just not for free. I don't know why that is, but just get them somewhere in the shop, order them. It's totally worth it to get another idea of, how stuff happens and the power that you have also in your own wealth. I really recommend you to watch The Matrix, the movie. This was once part of my homework. And this was one of the best parts of my homework, just watching a freaking movie, like to watch 3 movies. And I totally loved it, especially with the idea of being the creator of your own dreams, right? How to attract them and how to make them come true. The book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks also was totally new for me 2.5 years ago. If you already know it, don't say, yeah, I already know this stuff, listen to it again or read it again and understand on a deeper level. You never know enough about this area. And if you're not making what you want to make, you're not there yet. You understood a lot of things, but now you stumbled upon a new door to learn more. So there's always more to learn. That's why I'm recommending you to go to that material. So Joe Dispenza shared this. Be the master of your mind and don't let your body be your mind. Change is to be greater than your environment, to be greater than your body, and to be greater than time. And what often happens, I don't know if you recognize yourself, your alarm clock goes for whatever purpose. Perhaps you have to go to work. Perhaps you want to go to the gym. This morning, for example, my alarm clock went off because I wanted to go to the gym. And the elephant in me said, oh no, just turn around one more time. I don't want to go out of that warm nest. I don't want to go to the gym. Leave me alone. And I start almost to allow my body to be in charge, right? And I decided, because I know this material, that I have to be in charge of that elephant, right? I am not the elephant, I'm the rider of the elephant. So I decided, get out, get to the gym and just work your butt off. And I did. But this is just challenging for everyone. And this is in all areas of life. You're gonna just be confronted with yourself. And I'm gonna share something with you more in a bit. So to be greater than your environment means be greater than your conditions in your external life. Be greater than your problems. You are not your problem. So this is all Joe Dispenza, right? I didn't make this up. I totally honor the man. So I want you to hear this. For a new outcome, and this is the key, right? You have to go to a greater level of consciousness or awareness than the consciousness that created your problems. People just tend to think, they think about creating their dream income, right? That's why we're here. You want to make money. You're dreaming about it, but fear is hitting in the moment you have to make decisions. You're going to base making the decisions on your past experience. And that is not, that's just not useful. I think I go too fast with explaining. Meditation, by the way, I put this in between the explanation of the other two of Joe Dispenza. This is the power of the subconscious mind, and this is your power. You are at the top, that little fellow here. Just this is symbolical, of course. And the elephant, this is your the elephant, the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind is you, right? That's that little fellow. So this is just 10% or even less. You have power over that huge animal. That means if your alarm clock goes off, or if you have to do your money-making activities, or have to finally connect with your coach or do stuff that you don't want, sit and meditate, for example, then you have this little influence on your subconscious mind. And this goes 24/7. You are not aware of that you are not in charge as well. You think you are in charge, but basically you have like 8 to 10% control over everything that you're doing. All your decisions are based on subconscious processes, right? That's based on fear, it's based on past emotions, it's based on what the people around you. And the only thing, and trust me on this, and I really totally respect people with who are religious, who pray, go to church, but you should meditate. Meditation is evergreen. It doesn't hurt any religion. It's not sectarian. It's not religious. Meditation is green. It is being silent and getting to know, get the connection with your subconscious mind, which if you meditate daily, and I'm not gonna go over what meditation, whatever, that's just simply too short of time here. That's just an assignment for yourself. Find a meditation that fits you. But meditation is basically being silent, plug out of everything, all the noise, all the daily stuff, everything that comes to you, and just connect with the deeper level of consciousness and with the universe. Call it God, call it how you want it. I like to call it the universe. And there is the key for change, because you can only make the right decisions when you are deeply connected and not you're making decisions based on your fear, because you're not fear, right? You need to be connected with the true meaning of your why. And that's a totally different way of making decisions and living your life. So hold on, I just going to move this little thing here. To be greater than your body means that you can't live by the hardwired habits and emotions and thoughts that keep you connected with the past. Get beyond habits and emotions. Don't allow the body to be the mind. That is what I meant with the alarm clock, right? If you have a headache, you are not your headache. You can step over it. It's a choice. You have to practice this by meditation. Yeah, that's why I have this one. Oh, hold on. I got a little bit too fast. Your meditation is your medication. Meditation is just, it's healing. It's going to help you be more equanimous when it comes to making decisions, stuff that comes to you every minute of the day. I just recommend you to start meditating. And that's what Joe Dispenza also recommends. To be greater than time, not anticipating in what's happening in the predictable future, the next moment, the next known, based on what we learned in the past. That's what I just covered. For a new outcome, stepping in the unknown. That means being relaxed in the present moment. All the answers, guys, they're already here. The only thing, everything that you want, all the money that you want, it's already here. You just miss the creative ideas that it can come to you, or you're blocking it. Perhaps you have a bad relationship with money. I come to that in a second. I'm going to help you, give you some tips to get over it. Again, meditation is key. It's going to help you be equanimous. It's going to help you make decisions based on your future and just let all the noise out. It's going to change your life. Trust me on this. Release your inner warrior. Are you ready to step into your full potential and connect with a deeper level of consciousness and to grow from the inside? That's the question. You have to be ready. Are you ready to release it? Are you ready for real success? Or are you just trying? Trying won't work. You got to be ready, and I'm going to help you with that with some tips. Hang in there. I'm almost with those tips, but you need to hear a little bit more introduction. Are you ready for creating a rippling positive effect into your life and affecting your relationship, your work, your business, and attracting positivity time after time in the best possible way? This is the law of attraction. And it's, this is not just a book or a movie, The Secret. It's a science. And this is real. But you got to be ready, you got to be open, and this will hit you in every area in your life when you just start working with it. All possibilities exist in the present moment in the quantum model of reality. This is Dr. Joe Dispenza. There are more people wrote about this. It's not just Dr. Joe Dispenza. Like I said, everything is already here. Success, happiness, and wealth creation can only happen when you open up a gateway that transfers to you. Success is a radio broadcast frequency. Everything is vibrations. Everything. This glass, the key, the laptop, you. If you come into a room where people had a fight and they're not there, like, you know, you're stepping into a birthday party and you think, it feels weird here, I don't know. And it happened later, you hear that those people, that couple just had a huge fight before the first guest came. That's what you can feel, and we forget about this. So if you anticipate on the knowledge of everything is vibrations, and you got to be, put yourself in a high vibration, you know, you're missing out if you don't know this stuff. And this is what this mini training is all about. By the way, I did like a 10 weeks workshop about this. I hosted this, so I cannot cover everything into details, just doing all my best to, you know, to share with you the most important facts. So wealth at the creation is the result of making your dream income. Making your dream income is the result of success. Success comes from within. You know, success is in general in business measured by money. Measured by money. But success is can also be measured in so many other areas: in time freedom, in location freedom, freedom of choice. What success means to you, I'm gonna leave that up to you. It's not for me to decide, but you need to know that it comes from the inside. That's why I want to help you wake up your inner warrior, and you got to do the work. I just can only present this to you, and this is like as a selection of all the books that I've read, all the training that I went through. Like I said, I met Joe Dispenza. I put time and effort and money in educating myself also about this, and I believe that that's also resulting in having a very successful online business. Your journey, see it as this: your pain, because it's gonna hurt sometimes being pulled out of your comfort zone. It's freaking scary. You're gonna cry, you're gonna be panicked, you're gonna eat your nails off because you don't know why it's not happening yet. But actually, all your pain can actually take us closer to our spiritual enlightenment. You got to turn your pain into power. It's part of the path. It's about the journey, and the money, the wealth is simply the result of that journey and your vision, and working with it actively. Okay, release the warrior in 5 steps. Okay, you're gonna walking right into a blockade, like time after time. Perhaps you're already in a blockade. Perhaps you're not aware of it, but your bank account doesn't lie. You have a blockade. There's no money on it. There's no money coming in. You're blocked. Now, I'm gonna show you how to unblock today, how to create, like all in a nutshell, of course, you understand that, right? To understand the laws of the universe, to anticipate on the signs of your unconscious mind, and how to deal with setbacks, how to prevent rabbit holes, how to get out of a setback and a rabbit hole, and how to get in your full potential and stay there. So if you start to make money, that you're not just that it stops and it never comes back. That's like people's worst case scenario too often. So I'm going to show you how to unblock your core power, qualities, passion, mission, and vision. But you have to commit to do the inner mind work daily. I cannot do that work for you. About us, really, really, really fast. I'm going to fly through this and I'm going to check my clock. Okay, cool. Right on time. About us, Dirk and Muriel and the kids. And sometimes I look at this to remind myself that this stuff really works. What the 5 steps to wealth creation brought us fast. Dig into quantum physics, doing the inner work, meditating freaking every day, and those things that most people overlook. We went from a $300,000 debt after hitting a bankruptcy in October 2013 to freedom. Meaning for us, again, your freedom is perhaps a totally different definition. For us, freedom means job-free, debt-free, freedom of choice, making profits online, work from home. We travel, moving to Costa Rica, all around our kids. That's our reason why. We were totally new online. We were social workers by trade. We had a very low financial blueprint. We were grown up in the work hard, earn little mindset. Money is bad news. If there was a Ferrari passing our car, with all respect for my dad, because I love him and he gave me everything, he was like, "Who's that stinking driver in that Ferrari?" That's how I was grown up. He was a firefighter. We didn't have a lot of money, and he had a low financial blueprint too. You need to struggle to make money mindset. That's how we were born and raised. Especially when you want to make a lot of it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. It's not going to happen. You cannot do this. We were super skeptical and surrounded by super skeptical and surrounded by super broke people. That is where we come from. Now, this is the beginning. After we start to dig into the resources that I'm just, paying forward here in a nutshell, we start to make like $3,000 months. And I made this quote with it. Some say, if you want success, surround yourself with successful people. If you say you want true and lasting success, surround yourself with people of integrity. I really believe that. We start to make more, $4,000 in a week. We started to make $17,000, almost 18 in 1 month. It started to just come. It was like, holy freaking cow! Is the secret really real? This was right after we started to build our business and to work on these mind steps. We were hitting the leaderboards. In any area, all leaderboards. It didn't stop. And then, this was all part of our vision. We want to make money, we want to share what we've learned. We started to guest speaking. We were invited as guest speakers all over the world. This was in Bucharest. It's crazy numbers. The money started to just, we thought, where was it all the time? Well, it was a direct result of inner work combined with strategies. We were invited to speak in front of thousands of people, online and offline. Our vision grew. It was like not just about the money anymore. We brought our team on stage. This was just becoming a part of us. And that's where we are right now. We just never stopped. But the reason why, here it is, being able to bring my family to tropical destination, my mom-in-law, my father-in-law, he passed away last year. We want to bring her to Costa Rica and say, live with us for 6 months per year. It's all possible. Money is just a vehicle. Know your reason why. Okay. This is not about us. This is just, what's possible. It seems crazy, but it's for real. And we're just so super normal people. So you can do even better. I always say, what else can do? You can do better. Okay, so you need exercises to prevent that you fall in a rabbit hole in moments of weakness. The weakness is going to be your biggest enemy. Not if you can do it. No, it's your weakness and your fear. In every stage of creating wealth, watch out for the rabbit holes. That's going to happen on the path to wealth. While you're hitting momentum, your first income comes in, or your first 10K, or you're gonna say bye to your boss. You will see, bam, a rabbit hole. Something pops up. It's gonna be testing you. Something else happens that's really negative, and it's gonna pull you back to your reason why. And for this, I have those 5 exercises coming up in a minute for you to make yourself strong, to awaken that inner warrior, to be able to carry it all. And also to just attract more, right? A dark hole back in your old broke comfort zone. That's how I see the rabbit hole. That's why you see a lot of people who just got won money in the lottery. They just, in general, they lost it all, or even more broke, like within 2 years, because their mind doesn't grow with it. They're not prepared for all the stuff that money brings as well, because money is just money. It's going to make more of what you already are. You got to be aware of that. You got to have a strong mindset. What's a warrior, by the way? Because if I want to wake your warriors up, what is a warrior? I looked this up a while ago. A warrior, You can describe with courage, warriors fearless, strategically. They just not just, jump on everything and but just they have a strategy. They're unstoppable. They're also kind of aggressive in a positive way, like, you're not gonna get me. A warrior helps others. They're very super brave. And it is you, but perhaps the warrior is sleeping. So that's why I'm so noisy here. I know you're all warriors. And I want you to step into that warrior you. It's time to release your warrior. And here are the 5 mind steps. The 5 mind work steps to wealth creation with quantum physics. That's key. Again, I'm not going to teach you about quantum physics. I'm not good in that. Read the books that I just, shared with you. You're going to be able to read that PowerPoint and start, learning about that. The formula is built on mind, body, surrender, the awakening, balance and growth. And it has all to do with that thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions, and then results are all connected together. So here we go, the 5 steps. I'm gonna stop share for 1 second to just see who are here. I wanted to make sure that everyone's still here. Also, just to take a breath and to see if everyone is still muted out. Yeah, I muted Rick out. Awesome. So the last and most important piece of this training is about to get started. I see Janine. I see so many people that I'm so delighted to see. Mitro, Violetta. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go back to share my screen. I am so thrilled that you took the time in your celebration weekend to be with me. Oop, now I have to fix my PowerPoint again. Funny. I'm a little bit messy with this, as you can see, but it never stopped me from growing my business. Okay, there you go. Mindset step number 1 to wealth creation. Pay attention now. This is what it's all about. The mind, you need your vision in order to create anything. It doesn't matter how much money you spend on education, on systems, on tools, on the best whatever coach. But if you don't have a vision, you're lost. It's like the navigation in your car. If you say, just drive straight ahead, where do you think the car is gonna freaking bring you? You don't know where you end up. Your vision is your navigation. You have to have a clear vision in mind. And this is assignment number 1, like really to take seriously. And also, if you've already done it, I hear people think, yeah, Muriel, done it, been there, have it. Your vision it is always changing. It's never permanent. So if you wrote it like last year, write it again. Your vision will change, because everything is impermanent. You're going to get other goals. Perhaps you got more kids, or I don't know. Write it again. Write it down. This is like the trick for writing a vision. Again, I'm doing this in a nutshell. I'm sharing it how to in a nutshell. Write it down in all details, up to date, up to exactly how much dollars or euros or what currency you are in you want to make per month, right? Like literally at what date you want to have it on your account. And I want you to describe with your vision exactly all the feelings and thoughts with all senses, so that your vision gets an impact with elevated emotions. And you should really describe it with a feeling, hearing, smelling, touching, seeing. So for example, it's January the 1st and I'm sitting in my sleeping room and I just woke up. I opened up my laptop and I smelled I smelled baked eggs, because Dirk is baking eggs in the kitchen. Oh, and there's a lot of noise because my son just turned on his loud music in his room. But at the moment I log in my back office of my business and I see that there's, and you name the amount, exactly there. In details, totally in details, it should be written down. That is super important. That's just a fast example. Have your vision written down. I'm gonna go to my step number 2 to wealth creation. Now, if you think, hey, I have my vision, I'm done. No, it's just the start of how to work with your vision to attract everything that you want. You have to work actively with your vision, and I have, like, I think it is 4 active steps how to work with your vision. Step number 1 is create. That's a highly recommendation for me. I did it myself. You see my board behind me, by the way. Create a 3-dimensional vision board. I am not able to explain to you in a nutshell how to make a 3-dimensional vision board, because you have to close crop and stuff and bigger pictures, smaller pictures, but at least make your vision board and make it so 3-dimensional and realistic as possible. So you literally can put it right in front of you every moment that you wake up and every moment before you're gonna go to bed, and basically put it there with your desk when you're working or whatever you're doing, right? Even if you're cleaning the diapers of your kids, have your vision board there where it reminds you of, it's your navigation, it's your destination. It's your destination, I must say, to where you want to navigate yourself to. And it's images to create a parallel universe. That's why I want you to watch The Matrix with this in the back of your mind. That see the vision board as the right room. That is where anything is possible, right? And when you work with your vision board actively, and I'm gonna go to B, how to work with your vision board, that's gonna create impact on your body. So the mind is basically gonna, let's say, fool the body, because it's just a vision, right? It's just thoughts, but everything starts with thoughts. The moment you put that on the board and make it really real for yourself, your body's gonna respond. You're gonna get goosebumps, emotions. Perhaps you're gonna cry if you see something that you put on there that really means a lot to you. So how you experience the outside world is literally determined by your inside world. That's just true. Like, for example, I put on my board a picture of a mom with her daughter and a big watch next to it. That stands for me like time freedom, to see my kids grow up. I remember when I still had a job, I made that board. I looked at it and I got really emotional. That was what I totally, in the deepest of my heart, wanted. So that is what you want. You want to create effect in your body, and then the vision, working with your vision, gonna get more impact and more attraction. And this is, by the way, some examples of some of our students. And because we did workshops about this, we also, this is like my passion project. And this is, by the way, she's here in the hangout. This is the board of Ria, and this is her vision. I hope that you're okay with it, that I share it. I think so. And this is just an example of a 3-dimensional, I think it's pretty 3-dimensional for her vision and what to focus on. And that keeps her going. This is, it's all students of us. I know these people really well, this lady. And she really traveled also through Africa, and it's her passion just to travel a lot and meditate. And this is another lovely one. I all love them. Just, it can look so different. Everyone's vision is so different, but it is your destination, and it helps you to focus, especially when you get lost in doing busy business things. And that's why this training is here. Come on, wake up. Time for inner work. Did you do your inner work? It's easy to lose yourself on the techie busy stuff, business busy stuff. But I think you should create more time on this than on the techie stuff, basically, because all the techie, the business work steps have more impact when you do the inner work dedicated. Everything that you do, every post that you create, every marketing sales funnel that you're creating, every Facebook post that you're creating, every Instagram post, every video that you're creating has more vibrations if your own vibrations are high. When you're connected with the universe and with a higher vibration, right? Like money has another vibration. Money is is energy, and if you're vibrating on a broke mindset, on a broke level, you're gonna attract more of that. So this is all your vision is gonna. It's just crucial. So how to also work actively with your vision. So one, you have your vision written down. Then you have made your board, right? Now, assuming that you have a board or that you're going to make your board, I really love to hear in the chat who is committed to create their board if they don't have it yet. It's just a cool challenge to do, and it should be fun, not like, oh, more work to do. No, this is just listen to an inspiring audio or a marketing training at the background while you're just, gluing paper pictures on a board and just with your tongue out of your mouth totally focus on where you want to go, right? I think that's a pretty neat homework assignment, but it's all up to you again. Now, how to work with it? Stare at your board intensively. And the effect is goosebumps staring at your vision board before saying out loud your proclamations. That's like the next step that I'm gonna explain. What about proclamations? But when you stare at your board daily, like I do it in the morning, I do it like a couple of times per day, I just help myself to that parallel world. Bring yourself on that higher frequency, and it's gonna bring you manifestation. Success is a radio broadcast frequency. Everyone vibrates. What costs more has more vibrations, more frequencies. This is, by the way, like I didn't write this down, but this is an assignment that I recommend you to do. Go to fancy stores, stuff that you like, that you always thought, I don't have money for it, and start feeling it. I went to the most expensive street in Amsterdam a couple of years ago and put on a Gucci dress. And I sit in like a $750,000 car, and I smelled it, I touched it, I felt it, and literally that day we made a couple of $1,000s. It's like, of course, not out of the blue, we set up our business the right way, but like, wow, people just, I don't know, it was like magic happened, but it's the vibration. And that's why you need to know what your vision is and stare at that board to get to that vibration. But also go out, go to a shop, go to a jewelry, just put on, it's just examples, right? I'm not sure if it means a thing to you, but touch a diamond, feel how that feels. Go visit your dream houses. Go just make an appointment with a real estate agency. Also, you cannot afford in your mind that house, but just go visit and look around and step into the vibrations of stuff like that. And you're going to hire your vibrations. That's just an extra tip in between. This is another way. That is about the proclamations, to work with your mind, with your vision actively. That is when you have stared at your vision board and you have your vision board there. I want you to, you can start writing those down, by the way, right now, also when you don't have your vision board, but you should have your vision for this. Write down 10 short and 10 long I am statements directly related with your vision. That's why having a vision is the foundation of everything. That is why your reason why you want to make money more important than the money of its own. Money is empty. Money doesn't mean a thing if you don't have a purpose for it. That gives you elevated emotions, right? Some examples of short I am statements is, and this is how short they should be. I am successful. I am beautiful. And just fill that list, right? However you want it. I'm going to leave that totally up to you, but that's short, like 3-word sentences. 10 longer proclamations, 10 longer I am statements, is, for example, I always say, make it a sentence that you can say out loud with not breathing in the, right in the middle. So this is like all personal, by the way. I just had that for ages in my little mini blue book. I am traveling with the kids in every school holidays. An example of a long I am statement. I am funding a flying doctor service in Nepal. That is just an example of a long proclamation. And then I come to D. That's to proclaim your I am statements. It's the proclamations. Do it in front of a mirror. I think I love it. It's freaking scary sometimes to look into your own eyes and say out loud and scream out loud your proclamations. Like saying I am, and then just, have your vision just screaming out loud while the house is shaking. That's called speaking the world into existence. It sounds weird, and perhaps I'm doing a little bit laughy about it, but I know that the first time someone taught me this, I was like, I'm not going to do that. What will my kids think? What will my neighbors think? What will, I don't know. I'm just not going to do it. And then I discovered that after I did it, literally stuff manifested, stuff that I was proclaiming for 3 months. It literally happened exactly the way that I wrote it down. Like literally, for example, with the pictures that you saw me speaking on stage with Dirk, I literally proclaimed that I got an email from a specific name. Her name was Vanessa, that she invited us for speaking to be speakers on stage on a big event with thousands of people. And I was like, I proclaim this. And my mentor at that time said, yeah, duh, I'm not teaching you this because it's not true. This is just truth. And this is also what Joe Dispenza just, shared, don't think, duh, this stuff works, but you have to do it every day. Now, speaking to the world into existence is really good to prevent that you fall into a rabbit hole, because your mind is stronger, right? And also when you face hard, difficulties, setbacks, you're gonna get sick, stuff happens, people die, kids get born, you're distracted, another bizarre pops on, whatever. You have a strong mind. So the mind doesn't know the difference between thoughts and actions. It's really important that, for example, that I proclaimed, for example, that I was so freakingly scared before that first stage speaking training that we did, that I also just visualized that I already did it, that everyone was excited and everyone thanked me, and people came to me crying, thanking me for all the value that I gave them. That's just like, that was the only way to put myself into the future and to not, totally black out being on stage and start to cry because I forgot what I want to share. That was my biggest fears. I literally had seen happen what I visualized. So this stuff works. The mind doesn't know if it already happened or not. So I was speaking on stage at that moment as someone who already completed it successfully. And that's why I'm recommending you to do I am statements in front of the mirror, because you're literally gonna fool temporarily your body and your mind, especially your mind. The mind start to think that it already happened. And when you think it's already happened, you're gonna be more open for the signs that can bring you there, right? So you're gonna be more focused. You're gonna, that's the same. When you're pregnant, you're gonna see pregnant women all over the place. Well, when you're not, you don't see that, right? Focus on a red car, and you're gonna see more red cars than you ever thought. Even like the dark purple, you're gonna think, oh, it's a red car. You're gonna see red cars everywhere. So proclaim it, remind yourself of it. It's gonna help you attract. Again, the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks is speaking about this stuff. Now, mindset step number 3. So you have your vision, you have your vision board, you're working with your vision literally daily, staring at it, proclaiming 10 short, 10 long proclamations with I am statements. Then this is a really important one. This is the one where most people freak out of. I'm looking at the time. I'm gonna make it. You have to let go. You have to surrender. I think I need 5 more minutes, and then I shared it all. So, but this is such an important one. You have to open Pandora's box. That's like the box, they call it, where all your emotions are in your body. And once in a while, you have to just let it all out, because it's stuffed there. And that's probably, or perhaps, if it's not now, perhaps in the future, probably, or possibly will block you. You have to let it out, right? Don't fear it. When you focus on your past, you're blind to your present. And literally, I know a lot of people who start to open up Pandora's box, including myself. There came so much stuff out of there, traumas. I'm not going to bore you with mine, but trust me, I had a lot. Find counseling if it gets too much, but don't fear it. Face it and let it go. and move on at the same time. You cannot fill your cup with new stuff. This is like Bruce Lee. I also have a picture of him like right after, I think, this slide. You can only learn new things, and you can only, just basically learn new things if you empty your cup. So you have to let go. And you will see that all traumas will bubble up, especially while you're on your journey to, in this case, start making money, growing your business, go for that true vision that you have that's so true for you in heart and soul. You're going to be tested all the time. The ego always wants to protect you. You're going to get right at the moment before getting momentum, before your first hit comes in, right? Your first success starts to come. You're going to be hunted. Like, you're going to think, how is this possible? Like, that this person just pops up from my past, trying to put me down. When you had your first 10K, you're going to see, like, when I made my first 10K month with Dirk, our team got cross-recruited. Like, we lost, like, everyone moved somewhere else. It's like, just an example. Don't think that when you have it, it's gonna stay there. You're just gonna attract more of it by creating it and not giving all that stuff that's gonna come to you attention. So you have to learn how to be equanimous, and you will be able to do more when you meditate daily. I'm going to repeat it. You have to meditate daily to be equanimous, and don't let's totally be blown away by when that happens. So also, when the ego wants to protect you, when you start to change, and this is about change, right? If you come from a situation where you want to make more money, you want to change your current situation to go to another situation where there's more money. You don't want to be pushed back to your old comfort zones, and that's why watch out for that rabbit hole. Also, when you made money, your ego is always there, like ready to pull you back, and that's why daily mind work is so super important. Do you have a hard time with feeling emotions or opening up that Pandora's box? This exercise, trust me, I've seen it work with Dirk. He's like not so emotionally as I am. I can cry and laugh really easy. But just watch super sad movies. If you know stuff isn't there, but it doesn't come out. I'm not saying you to just immediately call a shrink, I don't know, but I'm just joking here. But just watch sad movies and allow yourself to empty your cup, all stuffed emotions that might be blocking you. Now, this is, by the way, it could also just be that you have a true money blockade. Then these two books literally help me. I'm, by the way, still reading You Are a Badass at Making Money of Jen Sincero. I was pleasantly surprised that when I started to share about this book, a lot of people said, yeah, I've read it. It's awesome. I read it years ago. I was like, you see, I'm so late with everything. It's never too late to learn new things. It's going to help you when you have a money blockade, when you have a bad relationship with money, when you basically don't dare to say, I want to make money. Money is cool because it's my, I can trade stuff for it. I can quit my job with it. I can, most people were born and raised, and, stinking money. Money is bad. It's not bad. Money is just green, evergreen. It's just the person who has it that makes the value of money. So money is neutral. These two books are awesome tips. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Totally mind-blowing. Like, that's my personal experience. I recommend those books. Here, Bruce Lee. Emptiness is the starting point in order... Oh, hold on. I have to change this so I can read it. Emptiness is the starting point. In order to taste my cup of water, you must first empty yours. My friend, drop all your preconceived and fixed ideas and be neutral. Do you know why this cup is useful? Because it's empty. And that's Bruce Lee. And again, how do you empty your cup? Well, also by meditating. It's just, I'm going to repeat that time after time, and I repeat it to myself. Dirk repeats to me, and of course I'm human. Sometimes I skip, and I feel bad after, because I get results right after meditation, so many ideas. So I really just recommend you to do that. Mind step number 4 to wealth creation ready to receive your created reality, right? Pay attention. Sometimes it's just happening and you're not paying attention. It's just so true. You have to be ready to receive that stars that's falling. It's already there. But now it's, when you have done all the previous steps, receive and most of all celebrate. It could be a tiny win. It could be a big win. I'm not saying that 10K is more important than, reading your first personal development book. If that's a big win for you because you never read after, when you stopped with school, that's a big win, but celebrate all your milestones. And then mind step number 5, to wealth creation. And that is, I think they're also super important, but balance and growth. When you got there, when you have, you are right in that vision board, you are just living your dream, you accomplished it, right? It's super important to keep the balance and keep on growing. Anicca, that's like what my meditations teacher just taught me. Everything comes, everything goes. Nothing is permanent. So you have to grow and be prepared for when you might be losing it all, or you want to be able to attract it again continuously. Repetition, and here's like my last tips. And this is what it's all about. It's going to be up to you to take action on it. Repetition, mind, work, right? Everything I shared, when you think I've done it, the next day, do it again. The next day, do it again. Ever you think, I read today, tomorrow's a new day, read again. I meditated today, tomorrow, meditate again. It's like, it's not complicated. You just have to do it. Repetition, mind work. Do everyday proclamations. Stare at your board. Remind yourself. This is going to help you when you're going to face people going to say, what are you doing? That internet thing, that's stupid. It's not going to work. You're going to take a deep breath and think, yeah, well, thank you for sharing. I'm not receiving your advice. Thank you so much. That's what you're going to get. You're going to be equanimous when negativity hits you, right? Also, when you're going to lose money, perhaps you're going to invest in the wrong way. I don't know what you're doing, what business, how you're running your business, but perhaps you're going to, I don't know. You will be able to face it and just move on and create more, create again. This is the recipe. You have to, and there it comes, observation and participation simultaneously. So when something happens, for example, you just earned your first $1,000, right? It's cool, celebrate, totally momentum, awesome. Now at the same time, participate in living, but observe what's happening. So if people are gonna just, this is also what happens when wealth gonna come in. You're gonna make more money, you're gonna get haters, you're gonna get people, I don't know, bugging you for it. Observe, don't let it pull you down. So be the creator, be like, you are the director of your life, right? If you think, this is happening, I'm not happy, observe it, but also be the participator and create how you want it to be by proclaiming, by creating a new vision. And that's going to attract basically manifestation. Things literally can appear like that, like situations you never came up with, that you were meeting that person at that moment, at that specific day, when you were going through this and that was just, you could not imagine that. That stuff happens. That's what Joe Dispenza, he shared like 20 examples. By the way, in that book, You Are the Placebo, of Joe Dispenza, like 20 examples that you think, how is this possible, right? That's the result of being the creator and work with your mind. Awesome tip, don't give fear any attention. Energy flows where attention goes. So be careful what you ask for. Worrying is basically asking for what you don't want, is praying for what you don't want. That's why this mind work is so important, to prevent that you're going to lose yourself in fear, because fearful people make really different kind of decisions than equanimous people, right? You can have no dollar in your bank account, but you want to be able to invest in coaching or something that that can help your business, right? you're not going to focus on the fear that you have already $0 there. No, you're going to manifestate ideas by being open and not deciding out of fear, but deciding with future and faith, right? In that you can create whatever you want. That's gonna give you new results. That's like what I just shared in the beginning of this training about Joe Dispenza, what he shared. So this is the last couple of tips. I think this is the last slide. Equanimity, meditation. Stuff happens. Life is not always nice. Bad stuff happens. Tomorrow, the day after, it's how you deal with it, right? Fill your mind with value to keep the sabotage out, right? The self-sabotage out, and continue learning by anticipating on everything that happens, right? Since everything is impermanent. So read books, do audiobooks, listen to personal development audio, listen to Les Brown, Tony Robbins, or whoever you love, who inspire you. But also surround yourself, fill your mind, surround yourself with people who lift you up. That's super important. That's why it's super important to get together, like in masterminds, with people who share your journey. But also, this is really important. Take this tip from me. I always done that the moment since I started to have a vision to build my business, do something completely different. Hook up with someone, find accountability partner who has created more already than you, but is willing to be your accountability partner. I always found an accountability partner who was making more money than I was, as a friend, to meet every week, just to brainstorm. And I literally learned this from another mentor of mine, and that's what I recommend you. So surround yourself with people who lift you up. It could be in any way, but also masterminding with really like-minded people who are open for making dreams come true. Set boundaries. That is super important. Say no to people who pull you down, like limited, people who are afraid, people who care about you. Could be people who are super close to you. Like, for example, with all respect, I think he knows it that I do this. My dad, he's the best dad in the whole wide world. And he still is caring about me. Like, are you still, doing that internet thing? He knows I'm for 2 years, I'm job free. I'm making an income with this. And it's like, he's just afraid. And when I'm in a weak mindset and I visit him, I have to prepare myself that he's like questioning me with concern. And when I'm weak, it pulls me down. And sometimes, I pump myself up before I go there, or I just literally shut myself off from it, or I just don't go. Right? And that's what you should do. Set boundaries, but also say no to Netflix and worst case scenarios. You pump yourself, fill your brains and your mind with stuff that helps you to move forward. And then negativity cannot take over. You're just gonna avoid it, right? Gonna prevent it. And then it comes to this: take massive action, and consistency is key. When you think, I'm there, no, you're not, because your vision might have changed, and new stuff happens, and you have to anticipate on that. And that was my training. How to release your inner warrior, the highly forgotten mind work steps to wealth creation.